Yeah, hi everyone. So this is our first query for today. The LinkedIn creator team is looking for the power creators who use their personal profile ID as a company or influencer page. This means that if someone's LinkedIn page has more followers than all the company they work for, we can safely assume that a person is a power creator. Write a query to return the IDs of these LinkedIn power creators in ascending order. Now, these are the assumptions has been given. A person can work at multiple companies. In case of multiple companies, we need to do sum of all the companies follower. So here they have given us the total three tables. This is the first table, personal profile table, in which profile ID, name and followers are given. So I have already created the table and inserted the data into the same. Then employee company table, in which personal profile ID. So if you see over here, this profile ID and personal profile ID is common in both the tables, and the company ID in which this individual person is working for. And then again another table is given is company pages table, in which company ID, name and followers are given. So if you see over here in employee company ID and company pages company ID is common column between both the tables. Now let's see the data of all the three tables. So this is the first table, which is personal profile table. So here individual followers are given, right? Individual person followers are given. Then in the second table, which is employee company table, so over here personal individual person is working for which company, that is given. And the last table is company pages table, so in which individual company wise followers are given. So now over here we need to identify those individual person whose follower is more than the company's follower in which they are working for, right? We need to identify, and that person are known as a power creator. Now over here what we need to do, we need to do this is the first thing we need to do. We need to identify the individual followers, right? So if you see over here, we need to identify the individual followers first. So for that we need to use personal profile table. So these are the personal profile ID and followers of individual person. Now what we need to do, now we need to do, if you see over here, for personal profile ID 1 and 10. So if you see over here, this 3 is working for 1 and 10, right? Now let me copy this data into the Excel file. Okay. Now if you see over here, personal profile ID 3 is working for which company? Company ID 1 and 10. So company ID 1 means 8,000, right? And 10 means 734. So here we need to do the summation of these two. This plus this. And now we need to take the personal profile id 3 also. So let me take this data as well. So what is the third three follower? Third follower is 1,71,000. Is it greater than the summation of these two? No, right? So it is not a power creator. 3 is not a power creator. Now let me take the example of 1. 1 is working for company ID 9. Any other place 1 is coming? No, right? Any other places 1 is coming? No. So over here, one's follower, individual follower, is greater than the followers of the companies they work for. So over here, one is a power creator. We can say that one, and you can say this one is a power creator. Now let's move to 2. So 2 is coming over here one time, then 2 is coming over here. No, right? So 2 is 7 lakhs. So 2 is not a power creator because 1 lakh 99,000 is less than 7 lakh, less than the companies they are working for, right? So now let me, so now over here we need to do the, what we need to do? Can anyone tell me now? We need to use these two table. Inner join. Now can anyone tell me what we need to do? Hello? Anyone tell me what we need to do now? I have explained you in the Excel file, right? You understand the question, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Now can you tell me or anyone tell me what we need to do? We need to do this. Let me tell you e dot personal profile id, then sum of followers is company followers, right? And then group by, we need to do group by personal profile id, right? Because of we have used the aggregate function. Now let me run this query. 669, this value is coming right in Excel file. Now let me know, these are the two tables. Now what we need to do, or can anyone tell me what will be our result set? What will be our result set? This is the Again, I am taking this data into Excel file. Now let me know. One, we can say one is a power creator. Then two is not. Four, yes, four we can say power creator. Then five we can say power creator. Six is not. Seven, yes, seven we can say power creator. Eight is not. Three is not. Now let me know. Is this correct?
Yes, yes, sir. This seems
How
this is
how
correct.
how how it is correct? Can you explain in brief?
Sir, one with profile ID, one as an individual is having more followers than as a company profile. Company,
Okay,
yes. So
okay. So now from
same with the other three options also.
okay. Now from these two queries, we want that data.
Yes, sir.
How we can get it? I can say that this
So
is
we
it.
can
Okay. These two results set. Now how we can get it?
we can create two cities and compare the join the two cities and give the more than condition in the final query.
Perfect. This is the first city. This is the second city.
See?
Select star from city. Now over here we can do inner join.
Inner join, yes, sir.
Inner join. यहाँ पे there is some issue is inner join ct2 on ct dot profile id is equal to ct2 dot right ct where. Now what we need to do? Simple, right? Individual follower is greater than company follower. Now let me take city dot profile id. I want, I think, this one only. Let me run the query. 145, 145 and 7. 1457. Perfect, right? In Excel file also same thing we have displayed. 1457. 1457. N- So this is the case of multiple city, right? Now let me know if there is any doubt in this query. Everything is clear, right? Or anyone has any doubt?
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Okay.
I mean, that's,
So now let's jump to the next query. Each Facebook user can designate a personal email address, a business email address, and a recovery email address. Unfortunately, the table is currently in the wrong format. So you need to transform its structure to show the following columns: user ID, personal email, business email, and recovery email. Sort your answer by user ID in ascending order. Okay, so this should be our result set. These four column: user ID, personal email, business email, and recovery email. So I have created this table. Create table user underscore emails. In that, these three column are given: user ID, email, and email type. Now let me show you the data. User underscore email. So if you see over here, these are the table in currently in wrong format. And now our requirement is this one: user ID, personal email is a one column, business email is a one column, and recovery email is a one column. Now how can we get it? So how can we get it? Select star from, I'm again writing this. Now if you see the table carefully, we require three columns, right? User ID plus three columns. So first column will be user ID. Now if you see the email type is given personal, business, recovery, personal, business, business. So here we need to write the case statement: case when email type equal to personal, then email. As personal email. What is wrong in this THEN, right? Now what we need to do? We require business email also, right? Then email. Else null we have to write. And then over here, third one is recovery email, right? Okay, so we got the three column, but what is wrong over here? Can anyone tell me?
Sir, it is coming in different rows. It should come in one row.
Okay, perfect. It should come in one row. Now for that, what we need to do? Means it means 1 2 3 one row will be there, and all three email address should be there. Then 2 3 4 one row will be there, and respective email address should be there. And 7 8 9 also one row will be there, and respective email address should be there. That is our requirement. For that, what we need to do? Simple thing, right? We need to use aggregate function. So let me do that. Here we can use max, max, and then close this bracket, close this bracket, close this bracket. Group by user ID. What is wrong over here? Perfect, right? Now
At the
let
end
me.
of the line, I think that end of the line, I think personal email is there in every line.
Okay, okay, okay. Personal email. Here we can say business email, right?
Yes, sir.
And then over here we can say recovery email. Now if I execute this one, we'll be getting perfect result. Now let me execute both this query. So if you see over here, this 234 has personal and business email only, right? 234 is. It is recovery email is not present. So it is over here null. Again 789 only business email is there, no personal email and no recovery email. So it is null. So that is perfect, right? Per user, we are getting only one row. And for this 1, 2, 3, personal, business, and recovery, all three emails are present. So 1, 2, 3 is all the three emails IDs are there. So now you got it right. This solution. Previously, multiple rows are coming for one user ID, but we require only one row per user ID, right? Because of that, we have done the maximum over here. We can do minimum also. That is also fine. Let me do it because both will work in the same way, right? But can we do over here some? Can anyone let me know? Some is possible or not? Will it work or it will generate a error? Okay, not possible. Let me try to execute. Operand data type varchar is invalid for some operator, right? So it is not possible. But maximum and minimum is possible because maximum and minimal will be working for varchar data type, right? Now let me jump to the next query. This is clear, right? Okay, let me. This is actually very long description. So assuming Salesforce operator on a per user pricing model, we have a table containing contracts data. Write a query to calculate the average annual revenue per Salesforce customer in three market segments. So there are three different market segments: SMB, mid market segment, and enterprise. Each customer is represented by a single contract. Format the output to match the structure shown in the example output section below. The market segments are categorized as SM, SMB. So when less than 100 employees are then we can say that SMB market segment. When 100 to 999 employees are there, then we can say mid market segment. And when greater than 1000 or equal to 1000 are there, then enterprise market segment. The terms average deal size and average revenue refer to the same concept, which is average annual revenue generated per customer in each market segment. Yeah, hello. Actually, not able to clearly audible. Please be on mute, everyone. So this is the explanation. SMB average revenue. How we can identify over here. So now let me directly show you the table structure. Here we have two different tables are given, customers table and contracts table. So let me show you the tables. So if you see over here, customer ID, name and employee count is given, and then their same customer ID is given into the customer another contracts table, in which number of seats and yearly seat cost is given. So now if you see over here, the formula is given over here. Number of seats multiply by yearly seat cost. So that is our formula. Let me write it over here. Or we can say that seats number of seats multiply by yearly seat cost, right? So multiply by cost, and then we need to do divide by distinct customer ID. So divide by, so this is our basically main formula we have to apply for each market segment. So if you see over here, I have written this is the contract table and this is the customer table. We have done the inner join with customer ID column is common in both the tables, right? Customer ID column. And now employee count less than 100. So over here, three different buckets are there. Less than 100 employees, then it will be SMB. 100 to 999, then mid market, and greater than or equal to 1000, then enterprise. So over here, what I have done, employee count less than 100 we are taking, right? Now what we need to do, we need to do the sum of these two values, number of seats and yearly cost multiply by this, and then we need to do sum, right? So that I have done in the below one, sum of sum of number of seats and yearly cost divided by count of distinct customers. So over here, customer is one only, right? So let me, okay. So we can see that if you run this first query, what is the sum of these two? We have to do sum of number of seats multiply by yearly seat cost, right? So sum is equal to 2475, right? And then what are the distinct customer over here? So I have given the alias over here. If you see this customer ID less than 100. So 2690, only one customer are there, right? So divided by 1, then 2475 will be our result set. 2475, right? Now same thing, same thing we have to do for second bucket, which is mid market segment. In which mid market segment we can consider as a greater than equal to 100 and less than equal to 999. So again we have to do sum of number of seats multiply by yearly cost and then distinct customer. So if you see over here, here distinct customer are two, right? So we need to do sum of all this. Let me write it over here. We need to do sum, right? So this is the sum. And now 2. So this divided by 2. Sum I have taken, then 2 over here. This divided by 2. So 34450 will be our result set. So let me execute now. Now what I have done over here, let me run again these two query. So I have done the sum of all these 4 and then divided by 2. So 34450, that is coming over here only, right? 34450. And now same thing we have to do for another one. But now let me know, I require, let me just write this one. Over here we need to write greater than equal to 1000, right? Now let me try to do again this sum of these four values. What is the sum? This is the sum, right? And divided by distinct customer ID 1 and 2. So equal to this divided by this 131287.5. 131287. Because of we have considered it as an integer, zero point 0.5 is automatically removed. Now let me know, this is our second query. This is our third query. And this is our first query. For SMB, mid market and enterprise, right? We have three queries. This is SMB, this is mid market, and this is enterprise. Now let me know how we can join all these three queries, or how we can get the result of all these three queries. This one we want, but into the separate three columns. How can we get it? Here, anyone? We want all these three values, but as a separate three column. How can we get it? It's very simple, guys. Yeah, hello guys. Simple thing, right? We need to create three different city. This is the first city, then city 2S. In city 3S. Now select star from city, comma, city 2, comma, city 3. Now let me execute this. More than. Now this all these three value are coming as a column, right? Till now we are using two cities only, but this is the use case of more than two city, or we can say the three cities we have used over here. Actually, this is a very lengthy question. You can, I will give you the description and create an insert table script. You can, this is the formula actually. Formula is already given by them. So we have to use the formula only, right? We have to understand the formula and we have to use it as a query. Now everything is clear for this question. Okay, let me jump to the next question. So this is regarding to year over year growth. So it is very frequently asked in Power BI also. We can use this one. Then in SQL also we can use. So this is the description. Assume you are given a table containing information about Wayfair user transactions for different products. Write a query to calculate the year-on-year growth rate for the total spend on each product. Write a query to calculate the year-on-year or year-over-year growth rate for the total spend on each product. Grouping the results by product ID. The output should include this year in ascending order, product ID, then current year spend and previous year spend and year-on-year growth percentage. So this is again the formula. Formula for year over year growth is over here. Current year revenue minus previous year revenue divided by previous year revenue multiplied by 100. So anywhere if you found this in the Google, you will search it in the Google. Year over year formula is standard. This is the standard formula for year over year growth. So in which current year revenue minus previous year revenue. What is the previous year revenue? Divided by previous year revenue multiply by 100. So this is the table. Transaction ID, product ID, spend and transaction date column is there. right? 1 minute. So this is the user transaction table is given transaction ID, product ID, price and spend and transaction date, right? I have created the table. Let me show you the data. So if you see over here, product ID is given, transaction date is given, and spend is given. In one product ID is coming multiple times, right? Multiple times. This product ID is also coming multiple times. This product ID is called. So here transaction date is 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Again 19, 20, 20, 21, 2022. So here we need to find spend is also given, right? But now what is our additional column is over here, it is required. We need to find previous year sale, right? Because for our formula purpose it is required, right? So over here I have taken the transaction date. From the transaction date our requirement is year only, right? Year. So what I have done, year of transaction date I have taken over here. It means it will give me 2019, 21, 22 and 23. Now this is the spend is current year spend. This is the spend is current year spend. But I also want previous year spend, right? So what I have done over here, if you see the lag function, lead and lag are the SQL functions. Lag is giving us the previous year data or previous row data, whereas lead is giving next row data. So I have over here use the lag function. Lag of spend over partition by product ID we require, right? Partition by product ID and then order by year of transaction date. Then only we will get previous year data, right? Order by year of transaction date. Now, so this is the previous year spend we are getting over here. Because of spend we want, I have specify in the bracket leg of spend of 1. Because each year data we want, right? Each year spend we want. Now over here, what I have done, this is the main thing you have to look for. So what is the formula? Current year spend. This is the spend means this spend is a current year spend, right? This spend is over here. I have written over here, and this is current year spend. So current year spend minus previous year spend. So these are the entire thing is considered as a previous year spend, right? This entire thing is considered as a previous year spend. The current year spend minus previous year spend. So I have done over, we written over here previous year spend, right? Now divided by previous year spend. So same thing I have written over here. Divided by previous year spend. And then multiply by 100 we have to do, right? Multiply by 100 and then we have done round the result to two decimal places. So let me execute the data. So if you see over here, this is the current year spend, right? 2019. Then in 2020, this is the current year spend. But what is what is the previous year spend? This is 2019 is the previous year spend. 2019 is the previous year spend. So if you see over here, 100, 1000, 1000 minus current year spend minus previous year spend divided by previous year spend. Now again, let me execute this query. Now you got the result, right? Whatever you are wanting. And this one we need to do multiply by 100. So let me again execute this query. This is the actual result I am writing over here. And then this is the same thing you are getting over here, right? 33.35. Same thing you are getting over here. But now I don't want this much of digit. I want 33.35 only. Then what I can do? Can anyone tell me in this column? Today you are all very silent, guys. Simple thing, right? What we need to do, we can do cast of this decimal 5 comma 2 we can write and then close the bracket. Now let me execute this query. We are getting, right, all this zero are removed now, which is not necessary, right? So these are the year over year growth. Again for this row, if you see, then 1000 this divided by this. So if you write it over here, you can, okay, we have to write this one over here. This one divided by this one, then this one multiply by 100. It should give 24.62 rounding, right? Yes, Chinmoy.
Yes, sir. Sir, if we are dividing the number, then when we are dividing the number, then why come we again have to cast it to decimal again?
No, no, actually,
Acha.
mm,
Yes, round. You already have done round.
yeah, I have
Acha, it is
already,
integer. It is
yeah,
in integer position, integer format.
actually, let me remove this one again. Mm, okay, this is actually we have done.
Yes, yes, sir.
What is the wrong? Is it this? Okay.
Yes,
Now, if you see this data, now these are so many digits are coming, right?
yes, yes,
But we want to remove those digits. And this is decimal value, right? 33.35, 144.22. These all are the decimal value, right?
yes,
But here result is a perfect one, but these zeros are extra, right? That is not our requirement. We want
yes.
after point we want only
Two digits. Yes,
two digits. So that's why I have done the casting into decimal. Cast as decimal because of we want in point, right?
Okay.
So that 5 comma 2, after a point we want 2 digit only, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that I have done 2, but if we done, something is wrong over here. And if we do 3, then it will give me 3 digit.
Three digits.
It will give 0 also, 1 0 only. Now there are so many zeros, but now it will give something is wrong.
Arithmetic.
So we have to do require 2 digit only, because 0, why, what is the meaning of 0? No meaning, right? So now it is giving the perfect result.
No, we cast it into decimal, but what was the previous format?
Yeah, actually
Agne-
previous format is also decimal only.
okay, okay, okay.
Previous format is also decimal only, because but there are so many zeros are coming, right?
Right, right, right.
But we
Okay, okay.
want
Got
to,
it, got it. Yes, sir,
yeah,
got it.
we want to remove those zero, and we want only 2 digit. So that is why again we casting into decimal.
Okay, got it, sir.
Okay. Now this entire query is clear, right? Entire this one. Actually, formula year over year growth formula is main important. If you don't know the formula, then you cannot write this query. And if you know the formula, then how we can find the previous year cell? So for that leg function is used. Leg will be giving us the previous year cell. And if we are using the lead over here, then lead will be giving us the next year cell. But our requirement is to find the previous year cell. So we have used the leg function over here. So this is the first part, leg function. Then what I do over here, I have just done the multiply by 100. And now this is the final formula. This two line is the final formula. Current year cell minus previous year cells. This is the previous year cell. Then divided by, I have written over here divided by. Divided by previous year cell. So again same formula, multiply by 100 and then rounding of 2. And then after at the end we are doing the casting, because we want after point 2 digit only. So always divide your problem into multiple parts. Then only we will able to write the solution. Now this is the final query for today. In an effort to identify high value customers, Amazon asked for your help to obtain data about users who go on shopping sprees. A shopping spree occurs when a user makes purchase on 3 or more consecutive days. List the user ID who have gone on at least one shopping spree in ascending order. Okay. So these are the transaction table is given. User ID, amount and purchase date. I have already created the table and inserted the data into the same. Now what is our requirement? We want to identify those users who have done the purchase on 3 or more consecutive days. So what will be our answer over here from this data?
Two, I think. Two,
Uh,
five,
2,
six, seven.
5,
Yes.
6, 7. Okay. Any other?
Five also 28, 29, 30 also five.
Okay. 2 and 5 will be our answer, right? Now how can we write the solution? Okay, let me don't take the amount. Mm, how can we write the solution for this? 2 and 5 will be our answer. User ID 2 and 5. That is our requirement. Now, how can we get it? Any idea? Mm, So, if you see over here, 2 and 5. What is the minimum date of 2? It is this one, right? 5, 8.
Five, five,
And what is the maximum date of 2?
7,
What is the gap? What is the difference between minimum and maximum?
2.
1 minute. Okay, 2, what is the minimum date is 5 and 7. What is the difference between these two dates? Minimum date and maximum date.
Sir, your screen is not shared.
Now you are able to visible.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes. Is the difference is 2 coming?
Okay, difference is 2. And again, what is for 5?
Same difference is 2.
Difference is 2, right? So now this we need to identify. Now let me write the query. Maximum date, maximum purchase date, comma minimum purchase date. Group by user ID, right? And now I have to
Da-
take the minus.
Date diff, I think.
Let me try if it is working.
No, no, no.
Having,
No, no, sir.
invalid operand data types, data is invalid for subtract operator.
Date cannot be subtracted.
Mm, we can do cast of. Okay,
Eh,
what is the
If
data?
function is there, why not?
7, 7 and 5, right? Okay. So let me show you another way. Date part, I am using date part. Date part of this one in day. Then again date part of this one in day. Now let me execute this data. 2, 2 is coming, right? Now having this equal to 2. 2 and 5 is our result set, right? You got it, right? This one. I have taken the date part. So date part will be give me this one only 7 and 5 and
Yes.
30 and 28 because I have mentioned day in the date part.
Okay. Okay.
Day in the date part. So day means what? Day means 05, 06, 07. 28, 29, and 30. But now our requirement is difference. So group by user ID having the same thing equal to 2 only. So now I am getting this one. 2 and 5 has only two values, right? What are the values for other? For 1 it is 16. So 1 if you see, right, 117 minus 116. This is not my requirement. For 3, 3 what is the difference? Only one time it is coming. So no difference, right? 4 is also coming one time. 4, 5, 2 and 5. 7 minus 5, 2. 30 minus 28, 2. So that is my requirement. Now what can I do? I want 2 and 5 only, right? Don't want simple thing, right? Select
That's
star
it.
from city also we can use, but let me
Okay, okay.
now only I
So,
want user ID.
sir, date difference function can also be used.
Yeah, yeah, date different function also we can use. Now 2 and 5 is coming, right? Maybe in the below part I have used, okay, over here also I have used date part only. Okay, can we try with the date difference function? Select star from the select star from this one, then user ID, date diff. So date diff between what? Max of purchase date, comma, minimum of. Now date diff over here. What is wrong? In days we want, right?
Date diff. Date diff.
Perfect. It is now giving -2. So what we can do? Here we can do minimum, and here we can do max.
Max, right?
Now what we can do more further? We can do this one, having this equal to 2.
Okay, right.
Again 2 and 5. Now again we can write this time city with city as select user ID from city as difference. We have to give column name, right? Is alias. Now 2 and 5 is again coming. Same result, right? For both queries. Perfect, right? In one place we have used date part function. In one place we have used date difference function. So these are again use cases of date functions with city and derived table. So you have to identify what kind of scenario, what kind of possibilities are there. Here we have identified the difference between, we want to identify the 3 consecutive days. So maximum date and minimum date difference should be 2 only, right? Then only we can say 3 consecutive days. Otherwise we cannot say it as a 3 consecutive days. So how can we identify the 3 consecutive days? Now maximum and minimum difference should be 2. Here from
Yes,
this
yes.
one, maximum of user ID date and minimum of user ID date difference should be 2. That is our requirement. That user ID is our requirement. So clear, right? This is the query. We have again done with two different ways. So thank you everyone. Now let me know if you have any doubts or any queries or anything.